What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Gabe here, and looks like it's another history video, as you probably seen from what you clicked on and everything. Um, so what we're about to go into is the history of Digiranger, and this is I'm actually going to use a video I already had done of it a while back on my other channel to give you to pretty much give you the history. I kind of tried to do like a remake of it a couple of times, like I did with my Power Ranger video, because I also have made history of like Power Rangers Mega Cards and all of that before, and all. So the ones I presented to you guys were remakes of those for this channel. However, the reason I'm just going to go with what I already pre-recorded for this time around, and who knows, maybe possibly for some others, just all depends. But for this one in particular, it's because I sort of had tried to do a remake two times actually. One, I think like I ran out of time or something like that, and then another one I was just kind of out of it and everything. Like I said, I sort of kind of got some points down, and everything, but it was just, yeah, like I really don't feel like I was even there when I was making it. It felt like I was sleep talking in the video, or sleep, like like people sleepwalk and stuff like that. And it was like, so I was like, and then he did you for, and yeah. So yeah, it was kind of like that. So yeah, and then plus I'm kind of in the middle of some things at this moment. So like I say, I don't. So yeah, I might possibly now remake any other history videos that come after this, depending on what they are. Like if it's something from, just depending on what it is. And then there might be some where I might just have to give you the previous video. Of course, anybody that's watching for the first time, only way you're knowing that now is because I said it there, and they're probably going to search the channel to see where did I previously record it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be. So yeah, before we go into this, make sure you definitely like, share, subscribe. Definitely super thanks, special super chat, special thanks. Buy some of our available books, including the Yumiko books. Definitely check out our the book sign that's going to be here in Boulder City, where pretty much my second book will debut along with the first book of Yumiko, the novels, and all the other books that we have as well will be sold with them. Um, Over in Boulder, more information will be in the description box. And definitely support us on that Patreon, just like your boy AJ the Supreme, Big Sis KC, and the Iceman Universe. Go! Iceman Universe, go! Definitely show them some love there. They got some good stuff on their channels and everything. Once again, the new stuff on Iceman's channel is reactions to Hey Arnold, and now One Piece. Still reacting to Naruto. He just finished up Ed Nettie, so definitely check that all out there and everything. And like I say, definitely look forward to some new stuff from EJ and Casey there. In say for the future run and everything. Also, definitely check us out. Hang out with us on Discord and Facebook. Facebook is kind of getting still getting somewhat more. I would say they kind of the same amount of times, but there are times when Facebook gets a little bit more because of the post I make on it. But yeah, still check us out. Not only there, but also on the Discord, because I do try to keep them both active the best I can. So yeah, come on one of them. As well as also sell us some stuff on the Macari app. And now, let's dive in. I'm gonna sign off and just play this and just play the previously recorded video. Now that's just lazy writing. What's going on, YouTube? This your boy King Gabe coming at you. As I mentioned in the History of Cyber Squad video, the next history video would be of Digiranger. Yep, the attempt of combining Power Rangers with Digimon somewhat, yeah. And I got Brownie here with me. There's a reason behind that. Because Brownie was actually a part of this series, much like the Power Rangers Battle Royale thing, except I got more with the Digiranger thing, though. So yeah, he was a part of it, and spoiler alert, probably videos following after this one, just like I've been giving you history of my Power Ranger creations. With the his history of Digiranger is now my lead way into giving you some history of Digimon. Yes, I had some fan-made digital adventures back in the past. We're gonna just go on Digiranger with this video, but yeah, other videos following we will have stuff. Say like when I imagine myself in season 1 and 2. And one thing to clear up, Brownie, at the time I came up with Digiranger, I want to say I probably did come up with a little bit of that in 09 as well. It's possible, but I do know that in 2010 I did make a music video, a Digiranger music video, which I will include the link to that in the description box after we finish this video. Be sure to go over that description box and check that out, because matter of fact, it's posted on my other 2 channels before this one, Brownie Brown and my Gabriel one. If I were to post that video on this channel, yeah, it'd be a copyright claim, because the music in the video is 3 different songs. It's used from the Digimon Frontier English opening, and then the Japanese opening and first Japanese closing of Digimon Tamers. Yeah, so yeah, they be all over me on that. They're like, copyright, ah! Yeah, if there was a way I could possibly get on TikTok, maybe I'd be able to get it up there. But yeah, and I may possibly, well, I put it this way, yeah, for right now, I was about to say I might put it on Patreon, but it's already been out there public, so yeah, I don't think that really be necessary. Like I say, link will be in the description box. You don't have to go on Patreon to see this video. Yeah, you'll just go in that description box, click that link. It's open, it's there, it's still up. I just looked at it before I started making this video, so it's still there. Yeah, so check it out. Like I say, he's on 2 different channels, by the way, so yeah, can't miss it. Brownie Brown or me, whichever one you want to go to. So getting into Digiranger, first of all, since it was back in either 09 leading into 2010. This was not the body Brownie had back then, yeah. This was the body that Brownie had in that video, and also this is the body he had when I first got him from my granny's house. They had like a big basket of plush toys. It was him and a lot of other plush toys that would be featured for your Miyako, like Emily Landiego, few others like Billy Webster, the Penguin, so on and so on. And now they got just like Brownie, a lot of them have new bodies now. But I still have Brownie's old body here that he has. It's really small, by the way, on 4. These aren't the original eyes that this Brownie had. He's been or the nose, by the way, yeah. This body has been around for a while. Matter of fact, at one point, one of my cousins had this plush toy. I think when I was in middle school, one of my cousins had this one, and it wasn't It wasn't her that did it. At least that's what she tells me. But her sister, I think she said it's her sister or either a dog they had. I don't know. I wasn't there when it happened. I just know from what they told me. But anyway, yeah, he kind of got roughed up a bit, and so the nose part was kind of sewed on to him. His original eyes had kind of fallen out a little bit there. So I put those replacement eyes on him there from Walmart. Yeah, the old body been through quite a bit. Yeah, it's still here from memory. So, now Brownie can look back and see where he came from, Gotta remember, reminisce. Boy. Yep. Hold on. Oh, your Facebook. Okay. So anyway, let's get into Digiranger here. So the series of Digiranger started off. It was like I mentioned, it's a combination of Power Rangers and Digimon. Funny thing is, when I created it, I did not know about Digimon Data Squad, or Sabers as they call it in Japanese. And the series, and Data Squad was out. I think it was out around that time. But I did kind of know about it, but I had never really watched it. Like, actually just got into it. I remember first time I ever got exposed to it was just a clip that one of my friends was watching back at Bipsy, where I used to go to college. In the student lounge, they had it on their laptop, and they was looking at it with some other people. The part, I think, where Marcus and Agumon were fighting each other. Yeah, and I was like, what are they doing? They are fighting each other. That's literally the friend that was watching it. That was how she said it, which sounded a lot like an adult version of how little Nisha, our nursery graduate, sound a little bit there. The sort of tone of talk that she talks in. With Digiranger, it starts off in a town, Barnhart City, which is a town in the world of Yumiko. So yeah, in this series, yeah, Barnhart City. Barnhart City has been used in a few other things. There was one where I tried to make like a brownie anime or something like that back in the past. To let you know how old that is, it was back in the days of floppy disk. Because it was saved on a floppy disk, and I probably would, even if I had the disk right now, only way I'd be able to bring that up is if I could find that old computer where I could put it in, and I highly doubt I would find that. Good, as Mr. Mosby say, good luck with that. Good luck with that. So yeah, but yeah, Barnhart City was used in that old series. So here, this is where we meet the cop, a police officer. And like I mentioned before, I did not know the full premise of I heard of Data Squad, Digimon, but I had not watched it at the time I was making the series. So I did not know that they had a police thing going in their series too. When I came up with this, I was unaware. And I guess if I had went public with this, as far as like trying to publish it, they probably would have made me aware, because obviously I would have to get the consent of the makers of Digimon, yeah, in order to go through with that. So yeah, it would have to go, yeah. So I'm pretty sure they would have made me aware of that if I actually went through with that. Same with the Power Rangers, yeah. So there's a cop named Jason Darrell. It'll be in another video, but Jason was a common name that I used role-playing myself recently in Digimon, as well as also somewhat Pokemon a little bit. Jason Clark, full name. So Jason Darrell in this, he's after a thief that in the dead of night, but he can't make the thief out. Yes, because it's dark and everything. but he's in pursuit of the thief. And then another monster-like image shows up that ends up causing him to lose the thief's trail. So they lose both both this monster and the other thief, and so they decide to call it a night. And Jason comes home to his wife, Kat. Kat is pretty upset that, let's just say, he's been doing a lot of work at the station to the point where he forgot their anniversary, and they were supposed to have booked plane tickets to go on a honeymoon there. Yikes! So I guess you could probably guess where Jason's gonna be, in the doghouse. Pardon the expression there. I know about that. No. Okay, so it's yes, it's an expression that's used there, but he's in the doghouse, and which means that he ends up sleeping on the couch that night. That next morning, while Cat, short for Catherine, is cooking breakfast for them, the thief from earlier turns out to be Brownymon. Yeah, and yep. So Brownie was a Digimon at one point. Back when he had the old body, of course, but with animated a little bit better as well. But this was kind of the design that Brownymon went off of more so. See like how the face and the rest of the body is. And now for Yumiko, yeah, it's more like how you see here. A little bigger and more detailed there compared to the old body. Kind of an upgrade, you know. So Brownymon sneaks into Jason's house. Catherine does not notice this because he sneaks into the living room where Jason is still asleep on the couch. And it just so happens that she's setting the table at this point, and she set Jason's breakfast on the table, and she went back to get hers. Brownie ends up eating it. Then we're followed up with an attack from the other monster that was coming after Brownymon, which of course is Tarmon. Yeah. Sort of, you remember Raremon from season 1 of Digimon, and also he showed up in Frontier. Raremon, that kind of like a big sludge monster or something that was really weird looking. So, in this case, Tarmon, it was Digimon I came up with because of my hatred for Tar. Yeah, I hate Tar, especially Tar spots on the ground. Yeah, always bugs me. So Tarmon attacks, and Jason becomes aware of Brownymon trying to, defend them and everything. Then, from out of nowhere, there's a Digi-Advancer is given to Jason with a voice coming on the communication feature of it, telling him that him and Brownie need to use the Digi-Advancer to Digiranger up. Sort of similar to that old man that gave Marcus his Digivice in Data Squad for Agumon to Digivolve, yeah. Yep, by channeling his DNA charge, or Digisoul in Japanese. So here, much like the music video, he says, Brownymon, Data Form, into the Digi-Advancer. Digiranger up! So, and yes, oh wait, no, I hadn't mentioned that before. So Digi-Advancer, which is also in another, probably in another Digimon history video, I will mention where that was used before this. So with the Digi-Advancer, and you see in the music video, we were using walkie-talkies for the Digi-Advancers. If you didn't notice, those were walkie-talkies that Christina and I had on. I had mine sort of strapped on, so I think it was like some kind of strap I had on my arm, and I used the clip on the walkie-talkie to clip it on like a wrist communicator. Yeah. So yeah, with that, Brownie and Jason are able to merge together and sort of come out looking kind of like when Lance merged with Mega Man in Mega Man NT Warrior, or I don't know how many people know about this, but the Mega Man Star Force games, Dragon, Leo, and Pegasus for the Nintendo DS, where the boy Geo Stellar is able to merge with an FM alien called Mega. I think it's called Mega. So together they form Mega Man. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. And I think that came out after that. Yeah, it came out after NT Warrior, because NT Warrior was way back when I was still in high school, and Star Force didn't come out till my college. Well, actually, when I got out of college, yeah. But I think at that point, Christine and I were engaged, and yeah, I remember playing the games then. I remember I was showing her the because I had the Star Force Dragon game. I remember showing it to Christina when he summoned the big dragon out of nowhere. Yeah, so yeah, they're merged together, and they defeat Tarmon. However, during the battle, Catherine had got hurt by Tarmon because of his poisonous body. He had grabbed a hold of Catherine, so they have to get Cat to the hospital. And while she's in there, that's when Jason and Brownymon, by the way, that was episode 1. Now in episode 2, they meet while Cat's in the hospital. They meet up with Jason. I mean, not just okay. Take 2. So in the hospital, Jason and Brownymon kind of get to know each other a little bit, and they meet up with Brandon and his partner Demimon. Now, funny thing about the character Brandon, about character-wise, this is actually his name in real life. It was a friend of mine named Brandon Green. Now, that's the only real person I'm gonna tell you, because, like I say, it's in a lot of these names are mentioned in the music video, so it is public, it's out there, and these people that were in the video, they do know about this, just like with the ones mentioned in the Kroger Force, except the only thing with Kroger Force, it wasn't out there on YouTube though, so yeah, it was kind of just amongst us, me and the people that were in it. It would have been if it had went public, but yeah. So Digiranger, yeah, like I say, is out there. Link in the description box. So yeah, Brandon Green, my buddy back back when I was first working at Mansfield Road Kroger, and was also Joshua in version 4 of Kroger Force, and also version 3 is one of the backup rangers. So his character here in Digiranger was the same name that his actual name. Because it sounded pretty cool, especially the last name Green, and he even had green hair, his character. So, yeah, him and Demimon, turns out they work as a special police force called Digiranger from Matrix City. And the title, and of course, much like the title, Matrix Sentai Digiranger. So, I guess technically Matrix City, or Matrix, however you want to pronounce it. So, Matrix City, and he tells them about the the fact that they're working with Digimon, similar to Data Squad, except they're able to merge with them, much like Frontier and bio-merging with Tamers. Yeah. So, a little talk with each other. And then there's another attack on the roof of the hospital. I'm trying to think what this Digimon was called. It was some kind of karate eagle Digimon. They sort of had something like that in Frontier. Of one of the enemies Koji was fighting. He was sort of an eagle that had these little katana. I think these kendo sticks and stuff like that. And I know there's sort of a fighting / flying type Pokemon in X and Y, sort of similar to that. So can't think of that guy. Can't think of what I had named him, but he's sort of a ninja eagle Digimon, and this time Brandon and Demimon take action against them, and they Digiranger up and into Digiranger form and are able to defeat this guy. Turns out that what Brandon explains to Jason is that what it is, a lot of virus type Digimon are pretty much on the attack. Most of your virus Digimon are pretty much the villains for this movie. Now I actually been listening to a guy named Rusty Cheese Knife that's been doing retrospectives of the first season of Digimon, and he sort of got a little bit on Tamers. I haven't, but that's pretty much most that he's got is season 1. And he mentioned that one thing that's explained that most of the virus type were usually the villains, like Devimon and Myotismon, stuff like that. But there were exceptions where Digimon like Ogremon weren't really all that bad underneath. Maybe at first, but yeah, like when he got help from Mimi and Joe, and was like, why are you guys being so nice to me? I tried to destroy you on Fire Island. No one's ever done that for me. So yeah, you did have some exceptions where there were where it turns out that that not all the virus types were really all that bad. And to be honest, that led in later iterations where you actually had some evil Digimon that were not virus attributes. That were I think a lot of them that weren't virus attributes were data types. So I guess data may be kind of more neutral, but then again, seeing as how there are some good Digimon that are for some reason virus types like Gilmon, yeah, because they actually do say it in the series. I think it's mentioned early in the Tamers series of the Japanese version, but in the English, I don't think you hear about that till like much later when Gilmon had that dark evolution thing. When Henry says, "I knew Gilmon was a virus type." So yeah, but apparently, yeah, most of the virus Digimon that aren't so good are kind of causing trouble from Matrix City and also other parts of the world. But mostly in Matrix City is kind of where the source of it is, and that's so. Brandon offers Jason and Brownymon to come out that way to work with the Digirangers in order to help them out. So once Catherine is all healed up and everything, they go there, and to make up for the forgotten anniversary and honeymoon, before starting their new job there, they're offered a chance to sort of enjoy themselves in Matrix City, because there's some pretty good things in Matrix City that, yeah, could be pretty good to enjoy honeymoon-wise, yeah. So, they're flown out there, and once they get there, of course, enjoying the honeymoon a little bit. A little bit later, there's a new one of the officers who is female, when Jason starts working there, who is female, starts trying to flirt with both with Brandon and mostly Jason. Yeah, that old seductive temptress thing there, and yeah, so it starts kind of with that little flirtiness, and turns out there's another Digimon that's sort of observing this, known as Felinamon, who's sort of a cat thief. Sort of like Catwoman from Batman, but aside from the whole thief thing, she sort of sees like, wait a minute, something's not right here, and she actually decides to try to help there by informing Jason's wife Catherine of what's going on, and the two of them together are able to expose this officer. Turns out she's a Digimon in disguise known as Ivymon. Yep, and Ivymon. So it ends up turning into a fight between Ivymon and Felinamon. However, Catherine is able to get a hold of a Digi-Advancer, and both Cat and Felinamon, see what I did there? Her names. The lady's name is Cat. Felinamon. Cat. Felina. Feline. So they Digiranger up and are able to defeat Ivymon. So that kind of, so those three are taken now, and then much later you're also introduced to one of the heads over the Digiranger organization, which is Matricia. Who is all based off one of my former employees from Grover there back then. Let's see. I think there's a couple of others. We find out about Brandon's sister. I think Latanya. I think it was Latanya. Hold on. I got the video still up. I'm gonna turn the sound down because I don't want, because you know they hear that music. They'll still trying to flag this video. Copyright. So let's see. Let me turn it this way. Yeah, it'd be better to scroll back. Let's see. Go back. Okay. Make it a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, Brandon Green. Okay, Ashley Green. That was her name. So she's Brandon's sister, and she actually and even though, like obviously you probably can tell, being this is a police force, that the characters are mostly young adults. However, Ashley is still a kid, and she ends up getting a hold of one of the Digi-Advances from Brandon to merge with a Digimon that she's found. I want to say Celamon. Yeah, Celamon, who is a unicorn Digimon. And one thing about let's see, I think trying to think how think how it were. Oh wait, I think that was something else. I thought maybe they went like basic fighter mode, ultimate fight, but that's another project that was going on out that was similar to Digimon, but not exactly Digimon. Not sure if my memory comes on that one. I might talk about that in another video if my memory comes on that at some point. But anyway, so yeah, she gets Celamon, and she's now able to Digiranger up. Let's see, I think there's somebody else. There's another one named Mavis Williams, one of the other officers. Not sure exactly what Digimon he gets there, but I know later in the Digiranger series, Matricia ends up getting a Digimon that's actually a Caterpillar Digimon. And unlike the other Digirangers who use their Digi-Advancers to merge with their Digimon, she actually just straight up merges with hers without a Digi-Advancer into Beautymon. Yep. Yeah, since, Catermon now into Beautymon, yeah. Sort of what Ken mocked Wormmon about when he was the Digimon Emperor in one episode, when Wormmon's like, well, Ken, look, I'm a Digimon and I can Digivolve. English version, by the way. And what would you Digivolve into? Perhaps you transform yourself into some butterfly with scary looking wings? Yeah. So, but, and trust me, technically, if it was scary looking wings, probably be a moth or something like that. I'm just saying, in Digimon wise, yeah. Yeah, I would think a butterfly wouldn't really be in the lines of being scary, yeah. Yeah, unless, of course, you're in SpongeBob, where for some reason, every time they show close-up of the butterfly called Wormy, all of a sudden you get this image of what looked like some kind of bee. Yep, so yeah, there is that. Then there's a couple of other characters. I think I think I'm pronouncing this right. Demarcus Davis, and he has a sister called Naomi Davis. Yeah, we used the name. So the name Naomi that's going to be in Yumiko, Naomi Riki, just the name Naomi, Casey has had this used in other creations and role plays that we've made over the years there. Yep, along with other, as just like Julie has been used a lot. I think Julie's been used the most, and some other names that she's had too. Um, so yeah, so there's Demarcus and Naomi. Demarcus, I remember, ends up getting a snake-like Digimon called Sildamon. He's sort of like Tommy when he went from evil to good. You know, right, good with green with evil saga and all that. Sildamon is able to, after Digiranging up, can also become like a big dragon or something like that. There is a point in the series where I think they do go to the digital world. I'm not sure. However, I think the series actually is supposed to be like the Digimon are actually integrated with the humans, sort of like SPD, where the aliens were just, you know, regular citizens along with the humans. You know, we just walk by. We walk by Mercurian. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing? Oh, look over there. It's oh look over there, a Martian. What's up, Mark? What's up, Martian boy? What's up, John Jones? How you doing? Yeah, just walk by aliens from other planets, just like, you know, same way I walk by some of my coworkers. Be on your job with you and everything. So that was the same with the Digimon. They were regularly integrated with them in Matrix City, and it was sort of slowly progressing to other parts of the world. Digimon just living amongst the human race there, similar to what would happen at the end of season 2 of Digimon with both season 1 and season 2 Digidestined cast, where they lived happily ever after as grown-ups with their children, partner Digimon of both the adults and the children, and it was just a normal thing, which makes me really, like I say, with I see what Digimon Tri kind of is doing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that looks cool in Digimon Tri. I'm not gonna lie. Digivolutions are upgraded. There's possibly some good points with the story. It probably is, but it's just how that continuity just doesn't seem like it matched with the ending to season 2. And that's what makes it really hard to, okay, I'm going to sit and watch this. It would just, especially the very first episode of the Tri series, or Turai, where they show Davis, Yoli, and Cody like they're dead or something, which I guess they bring them, I guess maybe they brought back or something, but it still just don't seem like it quite adds up there, especially some of the things I hear happen in Torai. Yes, just seem like they didn't really do too well with the continuity, like the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Dimensions does. See, Dark Dimensions of Yu-Gi-Oh! Does a really good job with its continuity to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, with all their characters and events that happen, even down to acknowledging about Bakura and his Millennium Ring. And yeah, I know they have iPhones in the movie. Taya pulls out one, which you might say, well, they didn't have iPhones in early 2000. Well, I let that one slide because, hey, you got Kaiba Corp in this universe, and Kaiba's got to... You got to realize Kaiba's got to profit off of all these tournaments and stuff like that, and Kaiba Land and stuff. So, would it really be too far-fetched to believe that, since, you know, a lot of times people say that Japan's ahead of us, that in this fictional universe, Kaiba Corporation probably just invented iPhones years before we even got them? I'm just saying, it could happen. Maybe by the time Dark Dimensions came out, the iPhones had just begun like a few months before the events of Dark Dimensions. So it could happen. Yep. So anyway, but back with Digiranger. So yeah, you get so now as far as the Digivolutions in the show, okay, like, you know, I mentioned about Digirangering up, where they sort of kind of look like Mega Man and all that. Well, they could also after Digirangering up, both the Digiranger and the Digimon, say Jason and Brownymon, for example, after being merged together, they could digivolve together. So, with that, they say with that, there's an episode when Brownymon and Jason first digivolve into what's called Sabermon, which is sort of like a golden wolf. Something probably implying Yamiko, but not from a Digimon saying, yeah, I want to get copyrighted. So, Sabermon, the first evolution of Sabermon is a full moon transformation. Sort of, I guess you could say, like a reference to not Teen Wolf, but like the werewolf movies that where they be like, oh, yeah, more not for comedy there, but yeah, actually attacking and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, he sort of, when he first evolved into Sabermon, he sort of lose control of themselves, and it takes a while to get them, back to a sense of self there. And of course, later they're able to evolve into other forms, like Rare Sabermon, which is sort of like a man, sort of half man wolf kind of form, and then Notorimon, which is sort of like Brownie as a knight kind of. And funny thing about Notorimon, that was a form that was actually used in Tamers. But like I say, I'll get into that in another video. With Catherine and Christine, with Christina's character Catherine, her and Felinamon. Funny story of how their first Digivolution together works. Turns out they go into a city called Nico City, or which is sort of a reference to Mew Mew, where they with the cat girls there, which there were actually other, I guess, animal girls in there. Like, I think a monkey and a wolf, and I think there was a rabbit. I'm not sure. I think that I have to look at that series again to double check. But the main leader of that group of Mew Mew Power was the cat girl, Strawberry Mew Mew. So, sort of a reference to that. They're in Nico City, and in pursuit of a criminal there, Catherine and Felinamon, they Digiranger up, and they're able to catch the criminal and everything. However, there's a little something going around Nico City where after they go back to normal, Catherine is now kind of Nico now, part cat with a little nose and ears. But they say it's actually just an effect of the town for on the Digi Advances programming there. So I guess this is something that might wear off when they leave the town. I'm not completely sure, but however, eventually something else happens where not only they have to Digiranger up, but they Digivolve for the first time from Felinamon into Miyamon. Yeah. And of course, the other forms that they have after Miyamon, you have let's see, there's Miyamon, Cleomon, which is sort of like an Egyptian cat-like Digimon, and then of course Wildlinamon, which is sort of like a tiger, like a hybrid tiger girl. And I actually had that drawn. It's in the you should get a good picture, a good image of it. Excuse me, sorry about that. You should get a good visual of it in the Digiranger music video. But I remember showing this to one of my coworkers at work, this drawing of Wildlinamon. He was like, "Wow, now that's tight." Yep. So, yep, those are her forms. Yeah. With Brandon and Demimon, after Digirangering up, they're able to go further. Trying to think. Kind of not too sure. Demimon, yes. I know Demimon was a Digimon that was used in tamers, I think. Actually, it was Teddiermon, which was a teddy bear, actually. Demimon, now, actually, and no, it's not Devimon. No, not that guy. But just Demimon. Yeah, he's actually like a green rabbit, similar to Terriermon, but a slightly different shade of green. And also, there's a bit of a different, like he has this little white in front of his mouth, sort of like Brownie does, which was actually one of the stuffed animals I used to have back then, which was actually female, called Sally, but here in Digiranger, it's a male form known as Demimon. Yeah, so yeah, that was that. Guess I probably would have been better off just actually having Terriermon be a part of this series, because that would have, then he could have turned into Gargomon, Rapidmon, and Mega Gargomon. Would have got another appearance from him, sort of like how they brought Agumon for Data Squad. Yeah. So yeah, I think, and I mentioned about Catamon and the Beautymon already. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it there. Yeah, that's pretty much what all I can recall from what I came up with in Digiranger. So yep. So yeah. So yeah, I've been I guess probably in my other videos I'll probably be telling some other things about my Digimon memories from that I've imagined when I was role playing in some of the seasons that are out of Digimon, like Adventure 1, 2, Tamers, and all that. Sort of my own, I guess, sort of like how Timon and Pumbaa gave their take on their interaction in the Lion King movie with Lion King 1.5. So yeah, there will be videos on that coming up. But as for now, if you like what you heard here, definitely like, subscribe, share with your friends, buy some comic books, and support us on Patreon, even if it's just $1 a month. So you can not only show us support, but you'll also be able to have access to the second Patreon only video. I guess technically it could be the first, because the one video I did put up as a Patreon only is available on TikTok, the Proud Family fan art. But I guess if you don't have TikTok, yeah, in the case of if you don't have TikTok, that would be the first Patreon only video. But definitely to check out the DBC short film, because it is not on TikTok or anywhere else. So you have to go to Patreon for that. So no, there's no TikTok shortcut to that one. So yeah, definitely show your boy some support. Check out the short film, and also available to everybody. Definitely look in the description box for the link to the Digiranger music video. I might put 2 links in there where you can choose either to go to Brownie Brown's page or my page, because it's on both channels there, both of the old channels. But either way, you'll get to see it, and also maybe able to let me know what you think about it in the comment. If you want to tell me what you think about the Digiranger video, once you check it out, be sure to leave the comments in the comment section of this video or this channel, because I'm not really able to check the other channels. That I do look at stuff from the other channels, like I did the Digiranger one, but I kind of forgot the password to the other channels, so I'm not able to really sign on to them. So this is the only channel that I'm just in right now. It's just Miracle Comics. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, when you check, definitely tell me what you think about this history video, and also use the comment section here to tell me what you think about the Digiranger video. So until then, we'll see you later. Take care, everybody.